What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing with Flair. Today I have the February tackle grab unboxing for 2015. It is a little bit late, but just kind of, you've seen some of the other videos, some of the tackle organization videos. I like to throw them in there, and I like to break apart some of these unboxing videos so they all don't come at you all at one time. But we'll get right into it. Alright, so let's see. First we will start off with the Castaic Boyd Ducket Series Topwater Bait. This one goes for $7.99. And it's a big topwater walking style bait, it looks like. It has kind of a little popper on there. It spit a little bit of water, but my guess, just by the way it's designed, it would do a little bit more walking than it would popping, but I'm not 100% sure. It's brand new to 2015. Yep, it says it combines the walk the dog action with the ability of a popper. So it would be kind of a 2-in-1. You walk side to side and spit water at the exact same time. As you can hear, it's got crazy loud rattles, which is really nice sometimes. Sometimes you want it quiet, but this is the type of bait that I would throw if the bass are schooling. If they're schooled up, chasing bait fish, busting the surface, making a lot of commotion. Maybe you're on a windy day or something like that. Is definitely the time I throw this real loud one, really to get their attention, maybe in some dirtier water. But I kind of like the baits, most of the time I like a little bit quieter, just because if the lake's pressured a little bit, then it'll work a little bit better. But if you're really just going after active bass, then the loud ones seem to work a little bit better. Next, we have another Castaic lure, Boyd Ducket Series again. This one is in the 1.5-inch square bill crankbait. And this is going to be kind of your standard 1.5 square bill. You see on the market, all the companies seem to be kind of making them nowadays. And this one is in like a little bit of a sexy shad color a little bit. And it's got a chartreuse belly on it, which is pretty cool. A nice size lip. I mean, everything looks proportional. It has pretty small hooks on it, but they're very sharp. I don't know if I'd upgrade them or not. But again, nice loud rattles. I kind of like that. And not a lot of baits come with loud rattles. Sometimes they're just either no rattles or they're silent. And, probably most of the time I prefer the silent, or maybe like a Livingston that just makes, the croaking EBS sound. Nothing really loud, because I fish a lot of pressured lakes, but there are times when the water is really dirty and the fish are really active, and I think I could get a few more bites if the bait was a little bit louder, and it would attract a little bit more fish. And again, come seasonal, this is going to be pretty good in about a month. Hopefully, small little squirrels like this seem to do pretty well in the spring and stuff like that. Pre-spawn when the bass are feeding up. It's always a good time to be throwing those. We have a Hogalicious bait made by Excite Baits. I don't know if I mentioned it, that square bill goes for $7.99. And then this goes for $4.49 for a 5-pack. And this is going to be your slim little creature style bait. This reminds me a lot of the Gambler bacon rinds that I like to throw. Or the Zoom, it would be the Zoom Brush Hog. I drew a blank there. And these are one of my favorite flipping and pitching baits when I'm around brush and trees. Not necessarily rocks and stuff like that, but you can see they're real slender, or pitching in weeds and stuff like that, but something real small that gets into tight areas and has a lot of action, like these curled tails at the end. I don't know if you guys can see that. But those have a ton of action, a lot of appendages, and perfect color. Green pumpkin, black flake. You really can't go wrong with that no matter where you are in the country. So, there's that bait. Last bait here is an Excite Walker Head. And again, like I mentioned, actually I didn't mention it, I'll mention it in a video that you'll see in probably a few days. But the wobble jig heads have been really taking over the tackle industry, the terminal tackle industry. Just about every month, one of the monthly boxes I get come with the wobble heads, and you don't know what that is. It's a free swinging head like that. And people are coming out with different versions. Gambler came out with just the head itself with a split ring, and so you can change out the hooks. I know they came out with that, and I've seen ones with chatterbait blades on them. And then this one, actually, it comes with a flipping hook. with the bait keeper on it, as you can see there, which is pretty unique. So I mean, it just basically just keeps your bait on there. I know straight shank hooks, you have better hookup ratio, so if you have a problem getting hookup ratio, then you can use that. And I have just an absolute crap ton of these wobble heads, and I've never even fished them. I've never even thrown them. I've never even caught a fish on them, but it's all the hype. And I have probably a dozen of them just from getting them from these monthly boxes. So I'll definitely be taking them out. Definitely going to be throwing them. I know they catch fish. I just haven't taken the time to really get to know how to use them. But this year I will, and I'll probably end up making a video over them since they're all the hype right now. But that's pretty sweet. And this one goes for $250 just for the single one. So it's got a kind of a flipping hook with a wobble head, half ounce, and a 4/0. This is a VMC, the VMC hooks, and it's a little bit lighter wire. I'll rig it up on this plastic just to show you what it looked like. And basically what the wobble head is designed to do is just give the bait a little bit more action than your traditional Texas rig or jig or anything like that. So I'll rig that up. Just like that. That's basically what it looked like. You can see how it's free swinging. So when this is on the bottom, this bait's going to be going everywhere, wherever the water. It's going to displace a lot of water and stuff like that. So awesome baits. Really, really loud rattling baits. Like I said, I like that kind of stuff. I don't have a whole bunch of that. 90% of the time I probably don't throw a loud rattling blade. I'll throw the Livingston that has the electronic baitfish sound, or even a silent, or the new baits that come out of the Livingston change up the sounds. But there are times when I'm not in a tournament and it's usually fun fishing that the loud baits like that will work pretty well. That came with let's see, 16, that's 20, $22, $23 worth of baits that came. So overall pretty good. And yeah, definitely some baits that I would use all the time. I use top waters all the time, square bills all the time, and plastics like the Hogalicious all the time. Also all of them came in great colors, so I'm very impressed. Tackle Grab did a great job. Look forward to some new videos coming up. I'll be getting my boat out of storage in a week, a little more than a week. And I have a new boat that I'm going to be fishing out of. You guys have seen it maybe in a video or two, but it's going to be the one. I'm not fishing out of my John boat anymore, so if you've seen my John boat, I'm selling that. Got a new boat, and you guys have seen that one. It's the Bass Tracker 175. That's in my garage. I'm sure you've seen that in a few of the videos, but that's the one I'll be fishing out of pretty much all the time this year, so I'm really excited. I'm going to go pick it up in a week and get out on the water, hopefully do some jerkbait fishing, cold water technique videos if I even can catch anything, hopefully. And so that's it. Thanks for watching.